Okay, folks, it is time to stop making New Year's resolutions. As you look ahead at all of the possibilities in front of you for 2024, it is so easy to think, great, it's a new year. It's time for a fresh start. New year, new you, right? Like you see it everywhere. But here's the thing, New Year's resolutions don't work. Hi, I'm Dr. Baina Parker, social psychologist, executive coach, and creator of the Life Aligned Leader program. And so today I want to share why New Year's resolutions don't work and what you can do differently. Because we all want to change, we all want to grow, we all want to be better. That's a great place to be. And starting a new year, it's a great time to think, oh, well, you look back at 2023, you look back at the things that went well, the things that didn't go so well, the things you'd like to do differently in the year ahead of you. Sounds like a great time to make some changes. But realistically, only about 16% of people who make a New Year's resolution actually stick with it. And that doesn't mean that the rest of us are failures or that the rest of us are quitters, although some calendars do actually have a quitters day. I think it's like the second or third Friday in January where people's resolutions just get thrown out. But let's talk about why they get thrown out. Let's talk about why it's so hard to keep a New Year's resolution. The first thing is that we are not wired to make big sweeping changes. As humans, we're just not. Growth is scary. Uncertainty is scary. We are designed, our unconscious minds are designed to keep us safe, to keep us in the familiar, to keep us in that comfort zone, honestly. But that doesn't mean that change is impossible. Ultimately, to make a change and to make a change stick, the pain of not changing has to be bigger than the pain of doing something new. So a lot of New Year's resolutions don't stick for a couple of key reasons. One of those is you're setting unrealistic goals. If you've spent the last 20 years glued to the couch, the chance that you are going to get up and run a marathon next month, yeah, that's pretty slim. That's unrealistic, right? That takes training. That takes effort. It takes conditioning just for your body and your mind, right? So some of the changes, some of the resolutions that people set, they're unrealistic. That's fine. We can chalk that one up. One of the other things is people forget that accountability matters. Not having somebody there to check in with you, to see how you're doing, to cheer you on, having some sort of external accountability. We know there's tons of research out there that on a psychological level, accountability helps people stick with their goals. So a lot of times people make a resolution and they don't want to share it. They don't want people to know because if they fail or when they don't continue on this resolution, they don't want to feel bad about it. So they keep it to themselves. But getting accountability in making a change helps. If you make it public, if you write it down, if you share it with people, and there are other people out there who know this is a change you want to make, that can help you stick with the change. One of the other issues with resolutions is a lot of the time people expect to be perfect. They don't set milestones along the way for what progress looks like. And when you don't have these little milestones, when you don't have these opportunities to check in and celebrate incremental change, then you're just expecting yourself to be perfect. And guess what? None of us are. So not having those milestones in a resolution, which, most resolutions, people just say, I'm going to do this and it's going to be great. When you work those milestones in, it makes things a little easier. Another big reason resolutions fail is that we all have self-doubt. We all have these internal references of ways that we have failed in the past, of ways that we haven't achieved a goal in the past. And those, our unconscious mind serves them up to us. When we think about, am I the person who can really make this change? Well, no, I always end up, if I've decided that, I want to cut out sweets, but there are sweets in the house. And when I get tired, it's really easy to just have this instead of making dinner. And we have those references of, and I'm going to use air quotes, of failure, because it's not really failure. It's just the human condition. It's who we are. So those self-doubts undercut these resolutions. It's very easy for them to do. And another one, a big one, is people make resolutions without tying it back to a bigger purpose, a bigger why, without tying it back to something that matters more to them. So if you make a resolution that you want to get in shape or you want to look better or you want to make some physical change because you care about what people think about you, in the moment, yeah, sure, you want to look good. You might care about what people think about you. But when push comes to shove, when the rest of your life comes in and you're tired and you're exhausted and you think, okay, this meal choice or this choice to skip the gym doesn't stick with my resolution, you can go, well, you know what? I don't care what people think. And that might actually be a healthier mindset. But when you tie your resolution, when you tie that desire to change back to something more meaningful, you want to get in shape, you want to be healthier because it's going to allow you to travel more, and travel really excites you, or it's going to allow you to engage with your kids more, or to be active for your grandkids, or when you tie it back to something with a bigger purpose, that is going to help you stick with this change. So ultimately, resolutions don't work. Stop making them. And it's easy for me to say that, but the reality is I generally make a resolution every year, and I make it real small because I know I'm unlikely to stick with it. And as much as my dentist may not be happy with me, my resolution for the last 5 years has been that I'm gonna floss more. One of these days, I'm gonna be one of those 16% of people that just makes that resolution stick. But ultimately, a lot of times resolutions don't stick because unconsciously we are scared of, and sometimes completely resistant to, achieving a big goal. Because sometimes achieving that big goal makes you feel like you're going to be a different person. You might be leaving people behind who love or care about or accept the person you are now. And if you make those changes, you might be somebody different. And that can be a little scary. Or that you may think that the person who does this, that's not who I am. I don't have enough evidence that I am the person who can be healthy, or that I am the person who can stand up for myself and use my voice to promote myself, to go after that next level job, or to stand up at work and demand the respect or the authority that I should have. I'm not that person. So it's an unconscious issue. We all have limiting beliefs. We all have parts of your unconscious mind that is designed to keep you safe. And one of the things that I love being able to do, this is part of my Life Aligned Leader program, is helping people make lasting change. There's 4 steps in the Life Aligned Leader program, but 2 of them are really critical when it comes to thinking about this idea of resolutions, about making a big change in your life. The first one is alignment, and this is tying things back to the bigger issues. What are your core values? Who is it that you want to become? And how are the activities and the behaviors you have in your life right now, are they supporting you becoming that person? Are the things that you do every day tied to who you are right now and who you want to grow into? So that's the first step of the Lifeline Leader program. And then there's some other steps in there that, change doesn't happen overnight. So it's a process. But the final step, the 4th step that we talk about in our program, is transformation. This is a step that comes down to habits. Because when it comes to long-term change, when it comes to making a change that is lasting, it all comes down to, from at the psychological level, it comes down to what are the changes you can make every day, small, consistent steps that you can do over and over again to create new habits that serve the person you are becoming. Not just the habits of who you are now, but the habits of this, we call it your ideal self, and knowing that your ideal self is always going to be a goal. We never achieve that goal. It's something that we are always working towards. But what are the small changes you can make every day to become somebody new, to become the person you want to be? So if you are thinking about your New Year's resolutions right now, and there's tons of them out there, if you're thinking about the person you want to become, and you want to have the structure, the support, the true psychological benefits of being able to make these changes, reach out, because I would love to have a conversation with you and figure out who is it you want to become. How do we tie that back to these core values, to be truly aligned with the life and career that you want to be creating? And how can we get you the support you need? Because we know accountability matters, milestones matter, being able to celebrate every step along the way to making a change. These are things that have been proven to make a difference. So if you're ready to do something different with your 2024, to align your life and your career with the leader you see yourself being, with the person you want to become, click the link below, set up an exploratory call, and let's see how I can help you get there. Happy 2024, everyone.